Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, aunts, uncles, and whoever is tuning in tonight, you legends. It is Thursday night. It is MatchFit Entertainment. So that means, after a few weeks, we are back here with Asrnz, and what have they got on the menu tonight? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is the Asrnz 2025 Lightweight Cup. For your information, Lightweight Cup, these guys are going to cover off multiple different classes of cars, all with the lightest possible settings you can imagine. So all of these cars, negative 40 kilos from their weights. As always, broadcast to you by MatchFit Entertainment and sponsored by Race Command. I'm Davo, right by my side. J-Man, how you doing?
G'day, g'day, Dave. I'm doing well, mate, and hopefully all our viewers out there are equally as good as we are. But looking forward to this one. Seeing this one sneaking up. Got held back a week just to let the boys organise it. And I tell you what, I've just watched a full official practice session, and I was around 14 cars out on track, about to embark once they finished their driver briefing on qualifying. Now, format for tonight, Davo, and the viewers are...
Please fill in some gaps for me here, J-Man.
Okay, so we do have qualifying. It's a 6-minute qualifying session, so it's a one-lap dash. So they've gone back to the one-lap dash.
Okay.
I'll talk a little bit more about what that means once they partake in that, but then we'll back it up with race 1 is a 20-minute CPS for tyres. So 20 minutes.
Okay. Yep.
To kick things off with a mandatory control pit stop for tyres.
Yep.
So they'll be operating somewhere around about that 28 to 30 litres of fuel to get them through that stint, and then they'll have to operate through one of their sets of tyres. We'll take a break after that for 5 minutes, and then we'll get into this next 6-minute session of qualifying. So that's another one-lap dash to set the grid for race 2 at 9:45 for a 40-minute main.
40 minutes,
and that, Yeah, and that also has a mandatory control pit stop for tyres. The car in question for tonight is the Alpine A110 GT4 car. It is a 1.8 litre turbocharged 4-cylinder, producing around 350 to 400 horsepower, and in factory trim it'd be around about 1,080 kilos. We know tonight it's likely going to be 1,040. So power weight, pretty good.
Pretty good, and a perfect match for Oulton, really, isn't it? This car, J-Man, as we kick off
very nimble
in the GT4s, and like I mentioned earlier, these guys are going to cover off throughout this 8-week series all of the different classes available in ACC. GT4s obviously kicking off tonight with the GT4s, but they're going to run GT2, 3s, 2s, and the Porsche Cup cars. And possibly, it's all one make stuff, okay? So, and maybe just revisiting some of the cars and tracks that possibly don't get a lot of love regularly in ACC racing leagues. So, yeah, awesome stuff from Asrnz. Again, J-Man, mixing it up, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, they'll start the proceedings off tonight, as you mentioned, with Oulton Park. It's track steeped in history. Been around a long time. I believe it was probably somewhere back in the early 50s, I think 53, so 72 years ago. The current version is 4.3K, 17 turns. And what we might do for the viewers, for those of you who aren't familiar with Oulton Park tonight, is we will try and catch the lead car out on track on a cycle lap, and maybe give you a bit of a walkthrough about what this track all means, starting from turn 1, Old Hall Corner, and run through the lap, all 4.3Ks, to give you a bit of a reference about where these guys are going. Now, talking about that one-lap qualifying, I did actually catch up with one of the drivers tonight and have a little bit of inside knowledge on what they're dealing with. Now, look, these things don't generate a lot of tyre pressure in the front or temperature, so brake ducts are relatively tight on these things, closing them up to try and generate some carcass temperature there. Also, with the idea of a one-lap qualifying, they've only got one siding lap and then a flyer. It isn't enough to get these things into full working conditions, so that's going to be a challenge. And turn 1, Old Hall Corner, that is one of the likely spots to get a track cut. So you could see drivers park it after turn 1 on their flying lap if they get it wrong. So just bear in mind that 1 lap qualifying is going to play big dividends. We've seen the fast runners out there tonight already, Lee Perkins, Nev Shields and co. So we'll just pick up on that and see who is going out there, Davo.
So Rando first to leave the pits there,
okay,
J-Man.
so we'll just have a look at Rando. So as we just have a look, he's just dropping down now, down through Dentons and Cascades. He's coming down the lakeside straight now. A good straight here just to wind up. Think about the left-hand turn of Island Bend coming down here, and then hard on the brakes for the right-hander hairpin, which is Shell Oil's corner.
Yeah.
And look, we've seen guys get it wrong and go through the depot in the middle there.
It's the slightest of gaps in the Armco there if you get out on the grass. There is
lots of banking
very
through Shell Oil corner, and then back down through Britain's chicane here, Davo. They just really, really tight. And then they ride up and over the hill here, over the hilltop, rightly named, down into Hislops. Now, Hislops, it'll be interesting. We could put a wager on how long this tyre bundle stays on the left-hand side of the chicane.
Oh, God, yes. And that bollard that we just saw Rando sneak past there. But, yes, always. Good passing opportunity too, mind you, J-Man.
Yep, up through Knickerbrock, up to Clay Hill here. So this is a flat check. It's a little bit blind on entry through Clay Hill, and then the water tower. Try and pick their mark about where they want to let off and shift down the box.
And this is where it gets serious, isn't it? Up through there, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. To make that apex up there at Druid's Corner, and then they run down all the way down the Lodge Corner, hard on the brakes for the final corner, and then this little kink just before the finish line is Dare's Leap, and that'll make a lap. And that is an outlap for
that is an outlap for Rando, J-Man. But even that final corner there is a very interesting corner. A lot of camber on the run in the braking area, but after apex it tips away greatly. You know, so it's a tricky little corner to work out. So. And we see a few boys in the sand there. It definitely invites you. It sort of begs you to go in hot, and then it bites you on the way out. But Rando, first car out on track. J-Man, who was that behind? I think it wasn't Grimmer. It was one of the green cars, actually. Just excuse us as we just sort of come up to speed with the paint schemes here.
Yeah, it'll take us a bit. Hopefully these guys sort of theme them throughout the series, and we can get an idea on it. However, we do have the data, so we can effectively try and keep up with the numbers of the drivers. And a big welcome to Ash Flash. I think it's Ash Dial, to the series. So good to see him, and also good to see Ken Wolfter back over here at Asrnz, and some regular names that we're all too familiar with. Right throughout the field. So good turnout here. 14 cars out on track for round 1. Should make for great viewing tonight. So appreciate the support.
As always, hey man, and it is Wally Baker that's actually the second car on track. Unmistakable black and bright green track. And we did see it on Rando's outlap there, man, in the back of shot, busily trying to warm the tyres. Unlike Rando, who actually just went out and fired. You can see Wally Baker on his outlap trying to get some temps into those tyres. First indicative time, we'll get back to Baker. He will be the next car across the track. Expect to go in front of Rando as he does. Who will be next? I think that is the 17 car. Turner coming across together, actually, with one of the others there. So Turner... Worcester across as these boys quickly duck into the pits. So this qualifying, this is quick fire stuff.
Yeah, so 43.7 sets the benchmark for Rando, gets that lap done nice and clean, and believe you me, that could be very much like a top 10 shootout at Bathurst. That could pay dividends, could see himself work himself up the field on provisional practice based on the fact that he's gone out there and banked a great lap, and some of these fast guys can really tempt fate and push these things a little bit hard. So just watch that space to see where that ends up.
Steve Melling coming across the line as we speak. J-Man next would be, I think, is at the 34 car of Dale.
Ash Flash.
Well, just Ash Flash.
Yep.
Ash Flash Perkins into fourth. Yeah. Dale in the fence, done and dusted after his Melling's done. Fotado, actually mid-sector for Fotado. He's left it late. So, and some of these, and we see this quite often, don't we, J-Man, in these short qualifying sessions. Some of the faster guys just sitting in the pits just for a little bit longer to test, well, just to watch, like their competition, see what the car looks like and the way they are rocking on the Delta before rolling away. And quite often, sometimes conditions can change, track grip can change, temperatures and the like, and obviously there's always going to be just that little smidge more rubber on the track. Shane Fotado across the line. Has he put it on top? No, Geordie put it on. Melling still on track though, J-Man, in the 713 car. So Jordan Moss and Shane Fotado, good to see Geordie back there actually, and kicking some ass there. Putting his 777 car on the top of the list. Do you think he might have been practicing? Maybe.
Potentially.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There is a quick rundown. Let's run through that, J-Man. Jordan Moss, Shane Fotado, Nev Shields, the top three. Wally Baker in fourth, Lee Perkins, Ash in sixth, Melling in seventh, Kenny Simpson, Aaron Enright, and Wilton rounding out the top 10. And I didn't see Wilton in there. Awesome stuff. Farmer, Steve Wilton, aka Farmer, one of the MATCHFIT team. Rounding out the top 10, we got Worcester, Rando, Turner, and Grimmer. As we get ready quickly here for race time, J-Man. Quick turnaround here on this stuff.
J-Man just having a couple of tech issues. The data is not talking to the game, so I'll just do a restart. You've got this, mate. Back in a sec.
Oh, yeah, that's okay. I'm going to go grab a bevy, so we'll both be back in a sec.
Hey Stewie, how are you, mate? You enjoy the show?
Okay, Davo back. Minute and 20 seconds to go, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a bit of a mad rush. Just quietly today as, well, the MATCHFIT team, me mainly, trying to get all my ducks in a row for tonight's event. But no, that's normal. That's normal. It's MATCHFIT. That's how we roll. And that's why you legends love us and turn up. Well, I was going to say every week, but look, we have got a lot going on lately at MATCHFIT Entertainment. Obviously, Monday nights we're streaming LMU series. Tuesday nights we're streaming freaking iRacing, and soon to be streaming iRacing on a Wednesday night for none other than these boys here at Asrnz, and then Thursday nights with ACC. It's busy, and just quickly, I don't even have a graphic for it, but yes, a MATCHFIT events with a great event coming up this Sunday, the Winton 300 in iRacing. Oh, and Friday practice session as well for the Winton 300. So a lot going on in the MATCHFIT world at the moment. So look, hit the like button. Definitely hit subscribe and stay up to date with everything going on MATCHFIT. Obviously, it helps support MATCHFIT Entertainment and also the communities that we are streaming for. on a day-to-day basis. So yeah, definitely get into that. Quick thumbs up, guys. And get ready for this 20-minute race, J-Man. Now, you did break down the race format earlier, so we are looking, even in this 20-minute race, compulsory tyre stop.
Yeah, absolutely. So they're going to make the guys work for this in this series, with obviously limited tyre sets and the ability to do good or not so good in the pit lane, because obviously that's a factor in both races tonight. I think they all relatively passed the test with good flying colours in the qualifying, and kudos to Jordan Moss there, Stewie, giving us the word that fairly sure he hadn't done any practice, so he's certainly in tune with these things over Shane Potato. Nev Shield, I can tell you, is well practiced and will know exactly what he needs to do race strategy-wise for this sprint race, and what's required from him to try and get those team cars. Well, they're not team cars, but Jordan Moss.
Well, they look like sister cars, but they are, well, definitely not sister cars.
There's a 777 at the front. There's a Giga right behind.
That's right. So we've got a Giga Racer and a 777 team, esports team car in the front. The little bit of chameleon action going on there between those two. Love that. Don't believe a word you're saying, Stu. I think you're just covering for Geordie. Yeah, look, these two at the top. Should be a good little battle there, J-Man.
Disappearing.
So that is Wally Baker, and I was just actually going to mention very healthy bloody rivalry between Wally Baker and Lee Perkins, and no surprise, these guys have landed 4th and 5th respectively on the freaking grid, both in the Fanatec cars, slightly different colours, or vastly different colours, but there they are. Expect that little ding-dong battle to continue. Ash tucked in behind, and like we mentioned, Steve Melling, Kenny Simpson, Rnd-1 and Steve Oulton, respectively, back down to the top 10. Awesome stuff. What is going on? Can't see anything. You know why you can't see anything? Oh, because they are running around in a freaking warm-up lap. Stu,
yeah, I would have put out a briefing on that, but I did have some data covering the YouTube at the moment, Davo, so come on, mate. You got one job. You probably got about 20, but you're right.
That's okay. That's okay. I did. It's okay. I've got this.
Yeah, look, nothing's happened yet, but we are approaching the final.
We are. Well,
a rolling race start.
Something's going to happen soon, though. You know that, J-Man. Jordan Moss, Shane Potato, Neville Shields, Wally Baker, Lee Perkins, Ash, Steve Melling, Kenny Simpson, Rnd-1, Steve Wilton, Ken Worcester, Rando, Turner, and Grimmer about to go green. This is round 1, the Asrnz 2025 Lightweight Cup, and here we go.
So
with a good start. Immediately, these guys all know. Oh, hang on. Actually, Shield, Baker already on Shield.
Yeah,
what's going on in the background?
The outside,
Simpson going backward.
Into turn 3.
So plenty going on. Looks like Shields is going to lose a position, possibly here to Perkins. Perkins on the right side of the road here.
Yeah, now look, tyres will not be up yet with that slow out lap. It'll take a good 2, maybe 3 laps to see optimal times come out. So expect some fast times about lap 3 here. And with only a 20-minute race, the option here, if you're not that comfortable, to maybe get that pit stop done, and he is very nearly under threat there from the newcomer Ash.
Yeah, as well, I saw that.
In the 34 car.
Yeah, so Shields going backwards. Not, look, maybe that car will come back to him towards the end of the race, but it's time here for mucking around, is it? There's no settling in time, so to speak, is there? So these guys really need to get on it and shuffle along. I can tell which car is Steve Wilton's car. It is that beautiful two-tone blue car. Always rocking that sort of stuff. So Baker back in position, sorry.
Not sure what happened to Steve Melling, but he's carrying damage on the front splitters, just hanging on, bonnet's up, and he is a long way back. So something's come away there. Hopefully he can soldier on and make something of this first sprint race. Fortunately, it's not too long to go. Now, we did have, look like, a car come in. So Nev Shields not happy with that car in the opening lap.
Okay.
To come in very, very early.
So pull that car in immediately.
Lane come open.
something going on. I don't think so. Is this J-Man?
Okay, I didn't see pit lane open, so hopefully that's not a critical error there for the Shields.
I thought it was still the freaking first lap. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, just a replay over now and back to the live action with cameras on. Steve Wilton already up a position, obviously, with someone. Yep. We got a couple of snaggy, buggy, bloody internet-y cars here going on with Wally Baker just flickering on screen. So we won't focus on you, Mr. Wally Baker. Get your bloody Wi-Fi sorted, my friend, and get that thing hooked up. But look, what is going on up the front, J-Man? Jordan Moss under all sorts of pressure. No surprise from Shane Frodo.
Yeah, I didn't think it'd take Slambo too long to find his feet in anything, really. The guy's an absolute talent. And look, Jordan Moss on any given night, if he's feeling it, he's a fast guy as well. So this will be a good battle here between the 88 and the 777 car. And they've just got a little air gap on Wally, but Wally Baker's pace is very, very good. Now, to give you a read on Nev Shields, 35 stationary, 53 outright. So just remember that number. Yep. He was the first guy in. Fast guy out on track at the moment is Jordan Moss with a 144.747, which has just been lowered to 142.5.
Sorry to interrupt. I think that looked like Lee Perkins in the background, just shuffling off into the pit lane as well. Yep.
Absolutely. So I'll keep my eye on that. We've also got Ken Worcester. Wheels Inc. is in the lane.
Oh, Mr. Wheels Inc. What colour car? Let's have a look. Worcester with the bonnet up, not looking very flash in, looks like what is a golf inspired liveried car there. So we're used to the bright green with
I'm not seeing Worcester. That. Ken Worcester for me is a Fanatec green and yellow.
Oh, it is too. Sorry, hang on. I might have
You might have been looking at Steve Melling.
I think I was looking at Steve Melling. Sorry. Yep. Ladies and gentlemen.
Lots of pressure at the front now. It's a worthy battle to keep our eye on here because Shane Fodder, I think, is trying to construct something here as he gets a good run up and over Hilltop, heading down to his slops, hard under brakes, shows the nose a little bit, but not quite.
And look, these
shadowing.
I mean, but neither of these guys are going to see great advantages across their lap, are they? When they're in the same marked car, they're bloody painted the same too, mind you. But like you say, the word construct is perfect, isn't it? Because I'm sure Frodo is just trying to look at the strengths and weaknesses in Moss's lap, and really trying to work out where he can put on that pass, put in that little extra bit of pressure, and just ever so slightly wide or too early inside to a corner will slow Moss's pace. And yes, go.
And it's just pressure. It's just pressure.
It's just pressure. It is.
And that's what he needs to just keep doing now. Just keep the pressure on. See if he can break Mossy. See if he can force him into just a miscue under brakes and get a little bit wide. I mean, a great opportunity where they're heading down now as they come out of Cascades, head down Lakeside into Island Bend, and then just, if he can be close enough, which I don't think he is this lap, just to pressure him. And there's so much camber on the inside of Shallow's corner that if you're just slightly out of it, it'll just give the other car the optimum chance just to tuck it up the inside. As we see, Shane Frodo just outbrakes himself, so he's the guy that's pushing hard. So Jordan Moss looking quite comfortable at the moment, Shane doing all the work.
Yep,
so
definitely. Yep. So, and they're the telltale signs. I mean, you don't really need to look at the data and the timing. You can see it clearly on track. It's close. I think it's Wilton and Rando.
Wilton, Rando, and Ash DL are really going at it, and also not far behind them, Kenny Simpson putting a lot of heat.
Is that Turner? It is Turner. Yep.
33 seconds for Lee Perkins and 43 for Ken Worcester. So Ken Worcester a little bit snaggy on the jacks, but a very good stop for Lee Perkins. So he does stay ahead.
Ash struggling through the chicane, J-Man there.
Has that allowed Wilton a run?
Oh, well, has it? I don't. Wilton has still got Rando to deal with, and Rando's not giving an inch. But I suspect what Wilton can see is what's going on in front of Rando's car, and he's thinking, come on, let's get up behind Ash. A little bit of pressure there, and we'll both be passed. So These guys still trying to find their feet. J-Man only 4 laps in, coming across the line for the 5th lap. So
yeah, and hey, look,
plenty
out of
racing.
what I think is probably going to be a possible 12 or 13 laps to complete this race based on predictive. So also, that's Ken Simpson.
Sneaking into the pit lane. Yep.
Into
Yes.
the lane as well. So Simo in, try and get the stop done. He'll be looking to try and see if he can just get a really good stop there and maybe clear Phil Turner post pit stops here. That'll be the initial game, I think, for Kenny, is to try and work that out. And I think that's possibly the mindset coming in this early. But 0.6 is the margin, still at the top. Jordan Moss over Shane Faraday. Wally Baker about 1.77 seconds back from that. Rnd-1 has done a beautiful job from the start of this race. Currently sitting P4.
As we get out of in-car with Steve Wilton, because he has got, these are the 3 closest cars on track easily.
Yeah,
Wilton, Rando and Ash, and I think now Rando may be a little distracted by Wilton right behind. Who's actually in front of them? That's Rnd-1 in the orange car. Who these guys, even though they're battling J-Man, they've been able to stay in touch with Rnd-1. So if they sort themselves out and actually get a bit of a shuffle along, these guys could maybe sneak their way up towards the Rnd-1 car, as I think Ash is already doing. He's really left Rando with Wilton, hasn't he, there?
Yeah. Mailing through on Uncle Joe, just in the
in the background there. Let's just have a look at that. We pick it up on the replay. J-Man down into the chicane on the back straight there. You can clearly see the damage on the front of Melling's car. Bonnet up, guard misaligned, plenty of damage. Grimmer actually, it looked like he stepped aside there. So,
sorry mate, big run wide for the 34 car. Ash DL just run wide through turn 1 there. It's going to give a good inside look here for Rando, and Wilton tags him, just the closing spaces. And fortunately for DL, he gets going, I believe. I just cannot get a camera on him for some reason.
Yeah, no, it's okay. We got replay on this as well. So yes, it was Rando round Ash, and Ash, I don't think he even knew Wilton was there, and just coming back on track a little bit hastily. Cars made some contact all over Red Rover. And that puts, who is it? Who came out worse on that? Steve Wilton, actually.
Steve Wilton, for sure. Now, Shane Faraday, as close as he's been now.
Oh, very close, J-Man. Reading apart numbers on that back of that splitter there. But again, off track. Mark. Wow, off track again for Faraday. Halfway mark, like J-Man just mentioned. So, quick fire stuff. Now, a few guys still haven't pitted. We still haven't had Moss, Faraday, Baker, Enright, Rando, Turner, Dale. Help us with that one, Ash. Wilton or Melling in the pit yet. So, the top 9 still yet to pit, J-Man.
Yep. So, plenty of action yet to come.
So, Faraday, Moss. A really focused run.
Ash DL into the pits now, so he's going to get that stop done.
So good race so far for Ash.
Carrying a little bit of damage on that thing from that little bit of a tag up with Steve Wilton and the wall. Ken Simpson on the back of Nev Shields. Now, is that Kenny catching Shieldsy, or is that actually Shieldsy
coming back?
Sure. Yeah.
Well, Shields show on my data, J-Man, as a position change. So I suspect that might be Simpson chasing him there.
Yeah, look, they're going to round up Ash here as well, because they're about coming across the pit. Hey, look at Kenny Simpson, hungry and hunting. Going to have a look down the inside. Too gentlemanly. Pulls out of it.
So Ash in the pits for a long time, J-Man.
Yeah, he is in the pits for a long time. I tell you what, I fixed all the damage. Okay, probably would have left that for a race, but
well, rookie mistake.
To ACC is Ash, so he is very much a rookie to the platform. So,
there's his first lesson, isn't it, J-Man, in a 20-minute race like this.
Yeah, gets a stop go 30 as well. So just, you know, it's a baptism by fire, really, isn't it?
Oh yes, J-Man, and we've seen it before. Look, and we've experienced it ourselves before. Both drivers in our own right, obviously. And look, it's just one of those learning curves, isn't it?
More
Coming
than
to
once.
terms. Well, I wasn't going to say anything.
Okay, we've
Now
got
you
Rando and
mention it.
Baker in the lane. Yeah. Let's not dwell on the past, mate. Let's look forward. Looking back just gives you a sore neck.
That's right.
Baker and Rando in the lane. So this is critical because Baker was racing out of third position, and probably want to look to see where Nev Shields. Okay, so he's still away, way was around the back.
Yeah, and just quietly well, not in the background, but in the foreground, first and second, like these guys, I spotted nearly out to a second behind Moss there. It's probably the furthest we've seen these two cars apart. But look at them on camera. So that's Frodo already making gains and back to point 3. Oh, and just sends it.
Wow.
On Jordan. Looks like he may have missed his braking mark there. Let's get a shot. Here we go.
Now
In-car.
that's big. That's big as you go back to the in-car shot with that, because Wally Baker just pulled off a 32.49 on the pit stops. It wasn't that far behind them. So how much time did that cost both those guys out on track?
True that, and again, and a little bit of damage as well, J-Man, to boot. So
yep.
Okay, let's do these guys.
Pit movement from one of these two right now.
Yes. These guys. No. 6 minutes to go, J-Man.
Yeah. So Wilton, 0.2 off the back of Turner now. Still to stop is
Moss, Frodo, Enright, Turner, Wilton, and Melling.
Yeah.
And
so
Ash
Wally
back
Baker,
in the pit.
Lee Perkins relatively close. Yeah, Ash be back in to serve that stop go 30.
So let's just check out that, and I did address the very healthy rivalry these two boys have on track and online. These guys are very funny guys, both of them, and it's a very public little bit of rivalry going on between these two boys, and they love it. They get on fine, but there is a competitive thing going on, and yes, no surprise that they are 6th and 7th respectively at the moment. And look, I suspect both of them will end up in probably 4th or 5th or 3rd and 4th, I think, at the end, once the pit stop's cleared. I'd say 3rd and 4th actually for these two guys, J-Man.
Yeah, look, I think so. I mean, Jordan Moss didn't lose anything that previous lap. Shane Frodo probably lost a second.
Frodo again. We'll just pick up on a replay that just quickly, just a quick little 15-second out of Frodo's car here, going into the right-hander, J-Man, up the top of the hill here. Watch this.
Yep.
Oh, gets it deep again. Has to take evasive action.
And he pulls into the pits, does Frodo. He's gotten out of it.
There you
got
go.
out of it about 0.9 of a second behind Jordan Moss. Now, Shane's ability in the lap I was watching, the trail braking is his strong suit. That's where he makes margin on Jordan Moss. So he's using Jordan as a brake marker and effectively using some cadence braking just to release the brake pedal a little bit and close the margin down, which obviously probably still leaves him a little bit vulnerable in the middle of the corner because he's running the entry a little bit hotter than Jordan Moss, and Jordan Moss's exits are certainly strong, but that's what was keeping him in touch. Now, Wally Baker, think about this. He is coming down the back straight. He is heading down.
So where does Frodo come out?
Yep. Corner. So how close will it be? Frodo's still on the jacks. Ash has cleared a stop go 30. Here he comes.
Oh, this is going to be close. This will be close. Watch this in and out of turn 1 here. Here we go. We've got it on helicam, James. No, I don't think they are. But they are close. Tucked right in behind Shane Frodo. These two going at it. Baker blinking off and on. But remember, and look at Baker. Now, these guys are teammates too, J-Man. Mind you.
He's taking no prisoners. He's fired it down there. Can Shane run it around the outside?
Shane's made it live, mate.
Yeah, he made it live in there.
Wally's got to very much... He's got to plug that bloody computer into a modem, I tell ya.
Yeah, for sure.
Ditch the
sure.
Wi-Fi,
Wally.
Wally.
Into pit lane, very, very hot. Did he arrest the speed? Yes, he did. Beautiful job, I tell you what. Now, what was Shane Fodado's time? Shane Fodado was a 32-second stop, 32.49, 32.49 for Baker, 33.50 for Lee Perkins. You can see it out on track how close they are. So Jordan Moss needs to absolutely nail this pit stop. The entry was good. Who is that? That's Rnd-1 coming in behind him, and it also looks like Steve Wilton, because we do only have 2.5 minutes left to run on this thing. So
mate,
this is going to be tight when Jordan Moss comes out.
Mossy's like, these guys will probably get down to the final corner here before Mossy drops off the jacks, and it will be very close through one here on the exit, as we saw
32.
with Fodado. Here we go. Happening. Here's the helicam. Here they come. Lee Perkins.
Yeah, I think he's done the job. Shane runs it really wide out of turn one. Jordan Moss, beautiful pit stop.
Nice work from Mossy there. And we'll just go over the rear wing of Moss's car and just look at the gap there. So made a bloody good gain there. Shane Fodado sort of came out just in front of this little battle between Baker and Perkins, and so was obviously on the defensive straight away. So
how's this? Steve Melling and Steve Wilton come out of pit lane bumper to bumper as they left the lane with Phil Turner ranging up in the background. So
just
with possibly only 2 laps left to go, it is on for the top 10. Wilton currently 9th, Steve Melling 10th.
So Wilton, no damage repair. As we just to hold that position, just gets that thing tied and keeps moving. Baker's bloody netcode thing, whatever that is going on, it is hurting my eyes. So we're just not going to focus on that car.
No, pick the car behind him. You get an equally good view because they're that close. But look,
Perko's on it. On it. Mossy's actually got a good lead, and just given his race so far, he's driven a very measured race, J-Man. He's been focused since the flag went green.
Unfortunate first race up here at Asrnz for Ash Dial has ended up with a DQ by way of not serving a 30-second stop-go penalty. So I think he went to serve it, maybe copped another one, and it's given him the big band stick for race one. Unfortunate. Like I said, lots of learnings when you first turn up to race online.
Absolutely, J-Man. As the clock goes 0 is the final lap. There is Jordan Moss over the rear wing looking back at Shane Fodado. It's just a cruise home now. It's cruisy as you can get at Oulton, mind you. But yeah, Wally Baker currently holding down third. Doesn't look like Perko has got his measure. Baker with some serious pace.
Don't speak too soon.
I know. Oh, look at this.
What a run.
Look at the run.
Roddy, Wally's going to cover the inside here.
Of course he is. Here we go. We have talked up the rivalry between these two boys. Well, I have anyway.
For an over-under here as they head up.
Oh, and he gets the run. Oh, a bit of a bounce.
Out of Knickerbock, up Clay Hill to the water tower.
Wilton going backwards. Also, a couple of positions, J-Man, in the background.
Yeah, and he's just been cleaned up into the fence, unfortunately, by Ken Worcester. Wills and Farmer ended up coming together. However, we'll just flick to the front and just pay homage.
Wow, these guys, they're all together. They're all together. I can see the top four over the rear wing of Jordan Moss's car. So Jordy Moss across the line for the first round here in the Lightweight Cup. Asrnz's 2025 Lightweight Cup takes it out. Shane Fodado, Wally Baker in third, Lee Perkins in fourth. Wow, what a race. No surprise there. That was very close. Rnd-1, Rando, Nev Shields across, and Kenny Simpson. These guys are close. Steve Melling, J-Man up and out of the little dip there. Phil Turner right behind, actually, too. So those guys, too, very close. That rounds at the top. Ken Worcester, who you just mentioned, coming in a little bit of contact with Wilton. The back end of the race there, Wilton looked like he was struggling a little. Grimmer rounding out the rest of the field with Ash. What did you say, J-Man? DQ, maybe, for Ash. Anyway, there we go.
Farmer here, just actually giving the position up to Uncle Joe as they cross the line. Farmer will obviously not be able to make every round.
What is it, reverse grid next race or something?
No, you would expect so, but no, mate, very much a qualifying session coming up. So well done to Jordan Moss, Shane Fodato, and Wally Baker.
Absolutely.
On the podium. And equally so, Lee Perkins, Aaron Enright, solid drives, Phil Rando, Nev Shields, Kenny Simpson, Steve Melling, Phil Turner to round out the 10. Good stuff.
Absolutely.
Guys, we'll take a short break and be back for Q2.
We will. Are we into quality already? We are into quality already. J-Man. Are we? I'm not sure. I think we're in free practice, but we are going to. Oh, hang on. Actually, we are going to go back to our break. Bear with us, ladies and gentlemen.
Someone say beer? Back in a sec.
Good evening. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Davo. This is MATCHFIT Entertainment. It's Thursday night. That means we are at Asrnz. And what are we here for? We are here for the Asrnz 2025 Lightweight Cup. Same class racing, ladies and gentlemen. Different cars, week in, week out. Very similar to the GT car series that we ran last season, but in this case, different classes of cars, all with 40 kgs taken off them. It has been spectacular. First race done and dusted. I'm Davo, J-Man right by my side. J-Man, how was that first race?
Oh, that was epic. Yeah. Highs and lows, but yeah, definitely a dominant play. From flag to flag for Jordan Moss, aced the start.
Yes.
Held out the pressure of Shane Fodderdo, who looked really, really good under brakes, and then just absolutely maximised the performance through the pit lane to hold on to that. And credit given where credit due, because it's often a game of the 1%ers, and he certainly nailed that. So kudos to him, and also Shane Fodderdo for applying the pressure and keeping it up. I think he was a bit of a late entry, hadn't fired up ACC for a bit, so well done to Shano. And also Wally Baker, Lee Perkins, that battle, I think that's going to be a fascinating one throughout this lightweight cup. Also question marks around Nev Shields. I think he'll be a bit expecting a little bit more, because he has got a ton of pace on that car. We've seen the laps that he can run. We know he can run in the low 41s.
He does, yes.
Around the circuit in that car, so just be looking for a little bit more.
Socks up, J-Man.
Yep.
Rendo
back up front again, followed by Wally Baker. Those would be the first two indicative times. Once again,
qualifying.
It is
yes.
a 6-minute one lap dash here for the drivers out there. So you've got to get all the little things right in one lap. The balance between pushing and safety. You don't want to get a track cut, because you will go to the back of the class.
And so they're qualifying. This is Q2, ladies and gentlemen. If you've just tuned in late, which is naughty, but 20 minutes done and dusted, and this is the main race now. So 40-minute race with compulsory pit stops again.
Yeah. So mandatory stop for tyres once again, and obviously with 40 minutes on offer here, you're going to see drivers push a lot longer, depending on what their strategy is and where they are in the battle. But I expect to see drivers bolt a nice set of pretty green tyres on it and run it long, because tyres will be getting thin on the ground now as we head to this back end of this race. So
as usual, J-Man, and just talking about tyres and tyre sets available for the weekend. Now, we're here at Asrnz. We know these guys. The Asrnz team, they always stretch these boys for tyre sets, don't they, over the weekend?
Well, they spend all their money on broadcasting, so there's not a lot left for tyres. So.
True that. I like that.
No, they don't. They're a good bunch here, and they just like to mix it up. And there you go, Wally Baker through on a 42.515 over a 42.9 for Rando. So it looks like the track's got a fair bit quicker. For Q2, full turn at 44.1. Nev Shields still to go, I believe. Hasn't banked the time yet. We do have Ash in there on a 43.6, so that's a good lap from Ash. Puts himself up there immediately. Enright still in the pit lane. Uncle Joe still in the pit lane, like I mentioned. Nev Shields still in the pit lane. However, everybody else out there. So just interesting to see Shieldsy leaving this one late. What have we got? We have only got a minute 40. It's a minute 42.
Oh yeah.
Lap, so he's not going to get a lap in unless he actually did go out and didn't bank one. I'll just try and see my data. What's going on there?
Shields is in the pits.
Yeah.
No time. Melling across the line. Provisional second. Jordan Moss, provisional first again. We're actually just quietly. Where's Fodderdo here in amongst all this?
Okay.
Oh, he's early in the sectors there.
Yeah, so he's just looks like he's about to come up over Hilltop, heading down to Hislop chicane, and got no indicative reference based on the fact that it is a 1 lap dash.
Yeah, and Perkins even further behind in his lap. J-Man, look, there is 45 seconds to go, and Oulton, not a very long second. Like, these guys have got the time to complete these laps, but they are leaving it late, aren't they?
Yeah, Kenny Simpson, P6 on a 43.3.
Yep. So he's pretty much done and dusted. Perko just running down to the chicane. I actually think Frodo was in front of him. Yes, he was. He's up. Oh, he's in the final corner, actually.
Final corner for Shane. So we're about to see what sort of run he can make. Did look like he had good car pace when he was tucked up behind Jordan. And he's coming to the pit, so he's obviously grabbed himself a track cut and thrown it away. So he will start down the bottom, or relatively towards the bottom.
So back to the 858 car of Lee Perkins, J-Man, just coming down into the final corner.
Yeah, what
Okay. So just think Wally Baker, Lee Perkins, join at the hip. Where is Lee Perkins? Oh!
Perkins to the top on a 41.4.
What the hell?
That's a mega lap. We saw him go really quick in official practice tonight. I saw him earlier on in the night go 41.9.
Oh my days!
Top leaderboard. Yep.
I did not see that coming. That's specky. Nice work. Just quickly, let's run through that leaderboard there, J-Man. Well, just the superlatives. Lee Perkins smashes it out at puts the car on pole position. Jordan Moss beside him. That's crazy. Steve Melling in third, J-Man too, mind you. In front of Wally Baker, Wilton in fifth, Rando sixth, Kenny Simpson, Ash, Worcester in the Wheels Inc. car, and Phil Turner rounding at the top. And we got Shield, Grimmer, Shane Frodo in 13. So he's had a bad lap, starting from the back of the pack with Aaron and right, J-Man. 14 cars on grid. Couple of minutes to go. We will actually... Oh, God. Are we going to take a pic of it? Let's spruik some of our own stuff here. Like and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. Support these communities. And obviously, MATCHFIT Entertainment. And what we're trying to do here, by just bringing you all this Oz and NZ goodness online, hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Stay up to date with what we are doing, all things MATCHFIT. Monday nights LMU, Tuesday nights iRacing, soon to be Wednesday nights with Asrnz iRacing, and then Thursday nights for Asrnz AC stuff. And don't forget, what have we got going on for J-Man? Friday night
Friday night official practice session for the Winton 300. If you haven't registered, quick, get in now. A lot on offer for that one. So that is 300 Ks, around about an hour and a half, I believe, scheduled for Sunday afternoon, NZ time. Pretty early for Oz, but still doable. It's a Sunday, guys, and it happens to be a long weekend over here in NZ. So get amongst it. You still got Monday off if you live in little old God Zone down under, and yeah, that will be fantastic. A lot of good stuff on offer. There's prizes galore on that one. The sponsors, Gamma Flare and Co. And the boys over at who else have we got on board with those sponsors? We've got quite a few because there's quite a few up. We have got a giveaway for MATCHFIT Entertainment.
Oh, yes. Yeah, so Moz are on board. As well, we got a I think it's
R3
an
bundle.
R3 bundle. We're going to give away to a viewer, ladies and gentlemen. So that's pretty cool stuff. $1,000 prize pool and trophies. We got freaking trophies, physical trophies coming out.
It'll be a fantastic event. That's the M2 car in iRacing around Winton Raceway. So that will be a massive event
whole bunch of fun.
And for anybody else that's involved in it as well. So. But hey, more about what's happening now as well. So the cars are rolling away. But yeah, we have got a stacked back end of the year, Davo.
Oh, hell yeah.
When you talk about it like that, it makes for a pretty busy week for MatchFit. But however, we're all about it.
We're loving it. We're loving it. And look, and just a reminder, Asrnz is filling 2 days of that week just by themselves with ACC and bloody iRacing stuff as we finish off 2025, which just happens to be, and you can see it there on our graphics, the 10th year anniversary. So we're wrapping it up. And they're wrapping it up with a freaking huge party, J-Man. They got so much stuff going on. So 10-year anniversary, which is like a freaking age in online racing community sort of language. So, yes, get amongst it. 2026, it's going to be some amazing stuff. But, yeah, join in on the party, Asrnz, iRacing, and ACC stuff as we wind up the year. And like I said, please like and subscribe, support all these guys that we're streaming for. So awesome stuff. Where are we, J-Man? We are at Oulton Park. It is round 2. It's race 2, the main game. 40 minutes here in Asrnz's ACC Lightweight Cup. This will pretty much be the final series for 2025. This is freaking awesome. They're going to race different class cars. We're talking GT4, we're talking GT2, GT3, Porsche Cup cars. Every single week, different tracks, different cars, all with 40 kgs knocked off them. Super stuff. Get involved. Get over to Asrnz's Discord. Links in the description there very clearly. All you got to do is just click on that link and get over there. Sign up. Awesome stuff. J-Man, what are you expecting here? Lee Perkins out the front. Now, I did not see that coming. We know he's quick when he's hooked up. But after the first qualifying and the first race, just didn't look like that car had that pace, or Lee had that pace.
Yeah, look, I think Jordan Moss will look to try and put some pressure on really early. Steve Melling, happy to see him up there in P3 because he's put a bit of time in this week. But based on race 1 result, Baker was so good on a cold tyre off the start of the rolling lap in race 1. I think expect Baker to probably look for an inside move on Melling pretty early and then try and go for Jordan Moss. But Lee Perkins could be the beneficiary here of that battle that could fall between Melling, Baker and Moss. So, and he won't think twice. He was very, very strong at the back end, was Lee Perkins, chasing down Wally Baker. So we know he can go the distance.
Yeah, Baker knows slats too. We saw him. We saw when Shane Fronato came out of the pits earlier too. Baker right on point. Teammates or not. But here we go. Green flag. Race 2, round 1. Asrnz's 2025 Lightweight Cup. Oh my! That is Wilton, is it? No, it's not. That was
Rando. And so Baker
look at Baker. Melling immediately, and you called that. You called that pre-start there. It is still going on.
So Wilton with a good start as well, and he's got Rando. He had Rando putting a lot of pressure on him. Now Baker's still down the inside of Melling. Melling can live here if he can be deep under brakes, but I think Baker's going to clear the nose here. Can he get the car tucked down? Steve's still there.
Oh, and Steve
gets that camber.
Oh, he dug it into that groove there. Looked like Wally was he just couldn't pick the throttle up early enough. And here we go. Wally forcing the issue. Wants to live on the outside. Oh, Melling with a little snaggy jump off the curb. And there's contact. Wilton takes advantage.
Goes up to P3.
Wow.
Perkins in the interim's just shifted that tyre bundle because he doesn't want that there. Hopefully that doesn't dislodge to the front bar.
It's a bloody waste of space, really, isn't it? It's just like, come on. That's racetrack out there.
Yeah. Fronato putting the moves on. Fronato from the back's already up to P8. Just put a nice move on HDL down through Hislop chicane to give himself a bit of fresh air and look towards wheels.
Look at the gap. Look at the freaking gap as we pick up on that action. Actually, J-Man just quietly in the replay there. But look at the gap Perkins has got. And you did call this. You said, look, he'll run and let these guys fight it out behind him. That's exactly what he's doing here. Moss in tow, actually. Moss looks like he might be coming with. He definitely has. Big gap back to Wilton with all
a
that.
standing 1:44.5, or not,
Ah!
not quite standing, a rolling 44.5 is a good lap. He was...
Sorry to interrupt, J-Man.
Right.
3 freaking wide, and we've got a biggie at 1.
Yeah.
We're just going to... We need a replay on this. Look at this. 3 green and black cars, pretty much. All across the track, and then all hell breaks loose.
Yeah, Baker going backwards. He might be carrying quite a bit of damage.
So, look, actually, all those cars recovered quite quickly and got pointing in the right direction. Positions lost or not. So, good recovery from all boys. Surprisingly enough.
The gap, Davo. Moss has closed that gap.
Just the class, Moss, you know, when he's just got that, I don't know, just that focus, he can be so quick. So, interesting. And look, what did he race last season? It was a bloody KTM, so he's used to this low-powered stuff, isn't he?
Yeah, look, he looks well and truly comfortable with it for sure. But Perko doing a good job at the moment. He's just pulled that out just a little bit more as they came out of his slops, and then they head up the hill, Knickerbrook, up to Clay Hill. He just stretched the legs a little bit, so it's just ebbed back out to 1.2. But for me, looking at Shane Fotterdo, man, he has got a ton of pace on that car, and he is coming. He's lining up Ken Simpson as we speak. I would expect that he's going to put some moves on really shortly. He's got Ken Simpson in front of him, Steve Melling.
And J-Man, you know, Ken Simpson, ever the gentleman. Fotterdo will get overlapped. Ken Simpson will give him space. I could write it now. Right, that pass will be super clean and respectful.
Yeah, I don't reckon that's paying good odds, that one.
But the next pass, I reckon, the Fotterdo Melling pass, will be the interesting one to watch. That's just me personally. Anyway, back up the front. Lee Perkins, like I said, running a very clean race. Mossy definitely staying in touch and quite possibly making some gains.
Here you go, Fotterdo looks to the inside of Ken Simpson. Ken shuts the door.
Says, not tonight, darling.
Yeah. Just up the road, Steve Melling putting a lot of pressure on Phil Rando as well, so that's good to see. That's a healthy little battle. So you saw the pressure that Rando put on Melling at the start, and I think he really got through by way of obviously the hip and shoulder that happened between Wally Baker and Steve Melling down at Hislop.
Yep.
And that allowed Wilton and Rando through. So could argue that maybe...
here comes Fotterdo again.
Cut away to Shane Fotterdo there. He got a good drive up the hill, out of Hilltop into... out of Knickerbrook up Clay Hill.
Yeah, and he's got the overlap on the inside. Like I said, Simpson will give him the space. Look at what's going on between Melling and Rando, though. These guys inseparable at the moment. And now with Fotterdo unleashed past Simpson's car. Look how quick he has literally ranged up on the back of Melling's car, J-Man.
Yeah. Worcester just threw on Uncle Joe just in the last 30 seconds.
We will get just a sneaky little replay of that. Did that work? I don't think it did. Maybe not. Okay, but so we will be going back. Oh, yes, it did. Actually, here we go. Done and dusted. Melling, Fotterdo. Let's get out over the wing of Steve Melling's car, J-Man. And it's that trail braking, like you mentioned, of Fotterdo. Even just through that near flat out kink there, Fotterdo's gain on Melling. It's like half a car length, maybe more, maybe a full car length. Very close, and ducks up under the rear wing. Here again, through the chicane. Little bit of a gain.
Yeah, a little bit of run wide there for Rando's going to incentivise Melling to have a good look as they head down to Hislops.
Over the rear wing of Rando's car, J-Man. There now.
That Ben Simpson and Nev Shields still in the back of shot.
Yeah.
So I think Rando's pace is just bottlenecking them up a bit. This is going to get really interesting. The gap at the front still 1.1 seconds over Perkins over Moss. And then Wilton holding down that third position some 5.3 seconds away from them. But it is all about what we're just looking at now. Phil Rando, Steve Melling, Shane Fotterdo, Ken Simpson and Nev Shields.
It is hot. Rando, pretty much the old guy in the fast lane on the freeway at the
Melling a
moment.
little bit wide of the apex is going to give Shane
He's
a
having a
good
look,
drive
and
and a good look down to one.
and he's on the right side, isn't he, J-Man? And
He is
with
on the right
overlap,
side, yes.
Melling, just enough space. And Frodo leaving enough space for Melling too, noted. Ladies and gentlemen, these guys very respectful of each other, and look at the turn in.
But look at the gap that just created for Rando. That time that it took Shane to get past through two corners, or effectively three corners, but it looked like two.
He just runs, he just stretches a little bit.
Yeah, just gave him enough opportunity just to make a little air gap, and Shane will close that with the cadence braking abilities that he's got. And you just see there, Shane got a better line through that very highly cambered corner at Shell Oil's corner, the right-hand hairpin, and just got better drive and closed the margin there.
Yeah, very clever.
Nev Shields through on Ken Simpson as well on the back of shot there too.
And now, and so we were talking about this little. This is the mid pack, ladies and gentlemen, and as always, it is delivering. This is where the action always is. That's why we.
Look, I don't think it matters where we go; it always delivers.
This is where we like to hang out, though, J-Man, isn't it? This mid pack of most fields is where all the action's happening, and it's definitely happening here. Frodo start to size up Rando already. But who's out in front of that is Steve Wilton, J-Man, running in third position. 30 minutes to go.
Oh, Frodo nearly with a little bit of overlap. Had a good look.
Oh,
pulled
I don't
out.
know. Here we go.
Deep under brakes. Deep under brakes. A little rub on exit just on the turn in from Rando, but it's going to be enough, and it's actually going to give Steve Melling a good look down here into...
He gave it a crack. Gave it a crack. I'm going to get another
look at the run here from Melling. Oh, we've got two off. That's Steve Wilton? That's Steve Wilton off. What has gone on down there? Wilton was off out of third position. That
okay, so
the podium spot to Shane Frodo.
So that's Wilton. Oh, that is Wilton.
What happened there?
What? It's out of play car.
Oh, was that Uncle Joe?
Might be Worcester. No, it's not. I don't know
who that was.
I don't know who that was actually. Just trying to scan through my stuff, data there. No. Anyway. Okay.
Shields now piling the pressure on Steve Melling. It's look, it's always tough in the mid pack. You know, these guys love it. We've got to look at the positive side of it. They absolutely love it.
It was Worcester.
It was Worcester.
Yep.
Thanks, sweet. But these guys love the battle here. We often look at it and think, oh, you know, Steve Melling, it doesn't get any easier. He got lined up by Shane Frodo, trying to put the moves on Phil Rando, and Shane Frodo comes through, and it doesn't get any easier. Look, we got Nev Shields tucked on the bumper now. So, you know, Steve-O was trying to move forward.
now he's in defensive mode.
Now he's having a look in the mirror from Nev Shields, who I might add, these guys, very, very good friends, and do a lot of laps during the week together. And they, leading into this, were the benchmark for sure. They had put the practice in, and they'll know exactly each other's strengths and weaknesses here. Nev Shields had slightly the upper hand on the lap times, and I tell you what, he had a pretty good run here.
He did. We're just getting a little bit of helicopter back. Oh, there's a bit of contact there between them. These two guys, a couple of the nicest guys. Oh, he's picked the gap.
Oh, did he hit him? Around the ears and says, mate, you send me down there, I'm going to give you a whack for that.
Okay, here we go. We were talking about the gap earlier in the broadcast. Here is the gap, and you got to get it right. There it is. But comes with conditions, terms and conditions.
I wouldn't want to be talking to Steve Melling right now.
We are laughing only because we've both been there ourselves, Jack.
Yeah.
And had to
I had Steve-O down for a chat, post before the race, and he said to me, blah, blah, blah. And he said,
The gap.
the whole of death. And I tell you what,
Is that what he called it?
threaded that like a needle.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
good
so
stuff.
random. It's so random. Sometimes you pick the gap, you know, and it's okay. That time it didn't happen. Anyway, good
Come
fun.
on, boys, we're not even halfway through the race.
No, go on, sorry.
Who's this? Wally Baker and
Wally.
Ash Dial.
It is Ash, with Wally just flickering off and on in our screens.
Yeah, he's like a strobe light.
It's hurt my eyes. It's going to trigger a seizure.
Lost now.
Let's
0.5.
get back up the front. Let's talk about this, J-Man. We've given
outbreaks himself there,
we've
but
given the boys.
Pull it back.
We gave the boys plenty of air. Let's get up the front here. And Moss there, we did catch up. We're going very deep, so clearly pushing. But look at the gap. These guys are close at the moment. Mossy can smell the blood.
He can smell the turbo fumes from that little 1.8.
The sweat. The fear of Lee Perkins at the moment.
Baker and Ash still at it. That's really, really close as well. Those two guys are trading out there. With Enright just ahead of them. So looking at the gap.
So Baker passed. Baker passed there.
Yeah, Baker's passed, yep. Wilton absolutely blitzing that chicane and gets himself a stop-go 20-second penalty for cutting the track. Check that out on the replay. That's worth 20 seconds.
Just reading the comments. Oh, you guys. See, if you know, you know. Like these guys know. the blue hawk, Mr. Hawk here. I've tried to get through there a few times without success. Very difficult. It's like threading a needle, that one. And from what Stewie's saying, he might have had an excursion through there a few times.
Jordan
Who is
Moss.
that? That is Jordan Moss.
Fenced it on his own, just a little too quick down through. That is Island Bend, and that was where we saw Steve-O with a little bit of contact earlier.
And this is how you get towards that
elusive club.
Get into the club, that's right. And he chose not to, and he chose the wall instead.
It's the Island Club.
Yeah.
So that has narrowed the margin now. Fodado,
it has.
We could see a Fodado Jordan Moss battle again like we saw in race 1. However, it has just
what have they got? 25 minutes?
Yeah, handed a massive margin to Lee Perkins. I mean, 3.2 seconds when you're running at the pace and the level that those front two were. That's going to be a hard ask to get that back because Perko, like I said, back end of race 1 was very, very strong at the back end. So look for Perko to run long here and just capitalise on this air gap.
Yep. And we've seen him do it before. We've seen him do it before, and I won't get into too much detail, but yeah, Perkins always up on the strategies, that's for sure. I'm just going to leave it right there, actually. Back to Geordie Moss, just trying to regather after that.
Oh, no, Farmer's going to get another stop-go here.
Oh, are you serious?
Fodado
Fodado in the pits, J-Man.
Okay, so Fodado, the first of the stoppers to come in and get this done. Oh, no, he's not. No, we've already had Worcester, Grimmer, and Oulton in the lane. Mind you, Wilton's been in the lane for a 20-second. He's about to do it again. So get a read on, hopefully Shane will be looking for somewhere around that 32 seconds. Disconnect for Phil Turner. Unlucky, buddy.
Oh, no, Phil. That's...
I'm not sure, Phil. I feel like you could come in and beat some of these guys. The amount of 20-second penalties that Farmer's getting, I reckon you'll beat them by 2 laps.
20 minutes to go, bro. Jump in.
32.50 for Shane Fodado. So about a second away from the level best that we've seen. We've seen a 32.49, so he did a 32.50. So it's a good stop. That'll serve him well later in the race. Obviously approaching the halfway mark. He's effectively tried to split this one nearly down the middle.
Faraday drive through, eh?
Oh, he copped a drive through, so he sped into pit lane. Oh dear, that changes the shape of stuff. What does that look like? Certainly looks like a potential podium for Phil Rando right now. Although we just picked Rando up off track. What was going on there?
And just given the point structure, I'm not sure whether
50 points for a first in race 1, and then 100 points for a first
in race 2.
So half points race 1, full points race 2.
So is notable when the likes of Shane Foraday's getting drive-through penalties.
Well, when you're someone like Lee Perkins that came in and would he come in P4 race 1?
Yep.
If he goes a 4-1,
Oh.
Jordan Moss looking like a 1-2 if it was to stay the way it is. Jordan Moss certainly...
Never underestimate Perko in a series.
No. No. Melling now putting some heat on HDL.
And well and truly, J-Man, actually, look at these guys. Melling looks like...
Drive through for track cuts for Shane Foraday.
Oh, here we go. Oh, Ash. Nearly looking for the gap there. Keeps the car on the black stuff.
Yeah, I'd say it would be T1. Yep. That's the one that they're all letting float out on.
Yeah, easily done. J-Man. Melling, good run out of the chicane. Very close. 2 closest cars on track. Oh no, Ash runs wide.
Hislop chicane. Melling's just going to take the optimal line there and just fire through. Clears them well before they come up.
And it didn't even phase Melling. He literally hit every friggin' apex through the chicane. It didn't phase him at all. Just like bam, 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 I'm out. Catch up. So
taking 4/10 out of that margin out of Perko on the last 2 laps. It's just a notable mention because it's still a long way to go on this race.
And then remembering we did see bloody Geordie in the fence, J-Man, only about 3 laps ago or something. Just coming down through this kink here.
Yep.
Just getting a little bit wide and just poking the nose into the fence on the left-hand side there, and continues on. Aaron Enright in the pits in the background, J-Man.
Yes, he is. Okay, so Rando has made a stop also. So Rando's been in as well. He's currently down at P8, 35.52. So a little bit snaggy on the jacks. However, not overly too bad. He is only 2 seconds slower than somebody like Shane Foraday on the total transit time. So just Enright with a 36.50. Excuse me, 53. Compliments to the brewer.
Are we keeping you up, mate?
No. That was just a little bit of gin deciding it wanted to make itself.
Revisit.
Yeah, it wanted me to drink it twice.
Nice. Too much information, J-Man. This is why these viewers... Surely this is why these guys tune into us. Maybe not, actually. But anyway. Funny all the same. less than 20 minutes to go, J-Man, and Jordan Moss in pits. So, okay, what did we have? 40-minute race. So this is only just over halfway, isn't it?
Yep. Your maths is amazing.
I went to school for this shit, eh?
Yeah, I can take my lunch.
My mum made my lunch.
Okay, so Perko, it'd be interesting to see the strategy Perko plays here and what the lap times are. We'll give you a read. Last lap time round was a 42.0, personal best and session best of a 41.8. So to be only 2.5 tenths off of his best lap time in the last lap, that car is traveling very, very good. He is the fast guy at the moment. No one else out there on the same pace as Lee Perkins.
Yeah, just totally hooked. And notably, no pressure, is there, J-Man? Now, Moss with a bit of a gap, and now obviously doing a pit stop. Just hitting his marks.
Okay, I'll give you a tip for free, Hawk. Spearing it in your mouth and drinking it again isn't actually drinking it twice. Yeah, you're
Drinking
right.
tips. We're not giving our drinking tips. You two, stop it.
Yeah. I like this guy. Anyway, Shane Flanagan,
God.
0.2 of a second off the back of Aaron Enright.
Perko in the pits. Did he stop it? I don't know. Damn, that looked quick in there.
It did look quick in there.
Here we go. We're going to get a replay. We're going to get a replay here. What's this?
Ooh, yeah. No, he's good.
Well practiced. So Lee Perkins. And so where is the threat? It is in Jordan Moss, J, and 100%. So Geordie.
Yeah, Geordie coming up around Druids at the moment, getting ready to head back down the straight to Lodge Corner. So pretty far through the lap is he. But Perko, what is he doing? 28, 29, 30. We're looking for a 32.
Jordan out of the final corner. 30. Perkins rolling out. This will be close. J-Man over the rear wing of Lee Perkins' car. You can see Jordan Moss over the Armco there. Has the gap. Pretty much maintains the gap just quietly.
He made a second in pit lane. I can tell you that much for
Perko?
Jordan Moss.
Jordan
Moss has made 1 second in pit lane.
Wow.
Right.
So was it Perko's in laps, like those last few laps you were talking about? That's
No, it was a Jack thing. So it was his pit guys that he needs to give a tune-up. 53.
Yep.
So he was definitely, he on the Jacks for 33 seconds, plays Jordan Moss's 32, which sees him go 51.33 as opposed to a 32.49. So a little bit slow in the lane and also a little bit slow on the Jacks. However, absolutely ragging it down through Hislop chicane there as he heads out through.
No mucking around for these boys.
Knickerbrook and that up Clay Hill, man, he was absolutely just giving it to it. Oh, sorry, no, that was earlier. Here they are here now. I was watching somebody else. Kenny Simpson leading this race at just over the halfway mark by way of not being pit stop, but got some good fresh air. Steve Melling currently in second provisional and HDL in third. And then we do see Lee Perkins provisionally fourth, but likely going to go to the top of the field once those guys in front of him make the pit stops. They are the final three to make their compulsory pit stop for race 2, the feature 40-minute.
Plenty going on, J-Man, actually throughout the field. Enright and Fronado at it, and obviously we've got Jordan Moss chasing down Lee Perkins. Who is that? Oh, Ash in the pits. Ash in the pits.
In the pits. Yep.
I'm going to step away a second. So I think we are going to get an in-car. Oh, no, we're not, because I tell you what, Shane Fronado already passed Aaron Enright. So we'll give in-car of Steve Melling for a couple of laps here, ladies and gentlemen.
Sounds good.
Enjoy.
They're watching the work of Steve Melling as he comes down to Hislops. Sees the tyre bundle well and truly off the inside of the track there now. Looking like he's got a personal best in this lap by just over a tenth and a half. Comes up here, blind part of the track here, and then tips it into this double apex right-hander up through here, through Druids, and then flat chat, breakers late as you dare for the final corner here, for Lodge Corner. A little bit of camber, like David mentioned at the start of the stream, on the way in, but falls away on the way out, so you just got to be a little bit careful not to wag the tail on the way out. And he's as far left as he could possibly be, heading down to turn 1, down to Lodge, down to Old Hall Corner, tips it in, cautious not to get a track cut on the exit, flies over the blind crest down here into Cascades. So Denton's very fast down there to Cascades, waits for the throttle, picks it back up, and then hard on the gas here. And how brave. Let's watch the throttle trace down through Island Bend. He's still foot throttle, off the gas, and then back on about 3/4, and then back on full once he's confident the nose is in. Late, get it down and tight, use all the camber of the road through shallow or corner, the right-hander, and then just take a breath before you got to go for another hard break back down to, I think, probably second gear here. Through the middle of the apex of the Britain's chicane, and then up over the crest. Another bit of a chance to take a bit of a breather and work out where you're going to brake. At this point of the race, you certainly absolutely know where all the brake marks are. Stays away from the right-hand curb, but grabs a lot of the left. And then same here, grabs a fair chunk of the right-hand curb as he comes out of Knickerbrook up Clay Hill. And we're back to basically where we started calling this lap again, to this double apex right-hand, really, really fast, around about 130 odd K through the middle of this corner, and then back out on the straight again. Steve-O doing a nice job, currently sitting in first position with still a stop to make, so he's making the most of all the fresh air that he's got, and he'll have in his head that he's going to work to a strategy here about when he's going to stop. So looking like he's bolted on his best set of tyres and he'll run these things pretty long.
Well, I would expect so, J-Man.
Yep.
Given the time of the race we're in at the moment, what are we coming down to the final 20-30% or something of the race? So, yeah, definitely getting close. Shane Frodo dispatched Enright earlier before I walked away, and now ranged up on the back of Simpson.
Simpson not putting up any fight at all for that one.
Literally gets out of it. And a smart move from Simpson, I think, because it doesn't interrupt his rhythm and his race, which is clearly with Enright behind him. And so he's just able to keep his momentum.
He's going for Shields. He the big.
You think so?
He probably wants Shields because he knows that once this all shakes out, that they likely might pick up Malling and also Rando.
Quite possibly. Yes,
so
yes.
It's only Malling left to stop, so it's legit. What they see in front, they're going to have to do on track. Now,
and Shields on Rando is hot.
He's right there, mate. He is absolutely right there. Yeah, that's a good battle actually forming. Shields really starting to come into his own. Something that we probably expected at the start of the night starting to come to fruition for Nev. He's got some pace on. Last lap for Nev Shields was a 41.877, and the lap before that was a 41.7. So he is the fastest car out. He's put on the best set of tyres. He's on the gas.
He is absolutely the fastest car on the track, J-Man. Yep. Has the best lap of the race, and his last lap was the best. I mean, you can't go wrong. It's all happening. Shields,
and he's carrying a little bit of damage on that front splitter too. So
yeah, so it's a bit of probably not the best start to the night, J-Man, like you were saying, in race one. But yeah, definitely shaping up for a great Melling in the pits, J-Man.
Yeah, Steve-O in the pits already lost first and second to
Perkins and Moss.
Yep. So there was a pretty good air gap back, I think.
Oh, here we go. Here comes Rando and Shields. Bam, bam. Across the line, and they are at it.
Yeah, it goes Frodo. So, Steve Malling in the pits for 35 seconds on the jacks. It's going to see him go 53, I think. No, 35.52, so not bad. He had a good entry, exit to the lane, a little bit snaggy on the jacks. Keeps him ahead of, who's that? Wally Baker, but Baker right there. Okay, so what's
Baker with
now? 1.9, 2.2 seconds for Jordan Mosley.
Baker behind Melling. Yes. Oh,
I think it's still Nev Shields is the battle.
And he's done it.
Nev Shields now looking for a run on Rando. He's showing him the nose deep under brakes down to his slops. Rando read it, saw him coming, opened the steering up, just delayed the turn a little bit. He knew it was done, and Shields through. I don't reckon that's going to compromise Shields' lap time at all. So he's got eyes now 20 seconds up the road to Moss. That might be a hard task. However, Shane Frodo 3.9 back from Rando. Can he put pressure on him in the next 8 minutes 20?
Yeah, interesting observation there, J-Man, about Shields' lap time, even with that overtake. I think it will affect his lap time, but not a lot. I think Rando saw him coming and he was able to get that car, the change of direction on that car done perfectly, given what he'd just pulled off on the overtake with Rando. So nice. So here we go.
It was a 43.4. So based on his best of a 41.7, it did cost him a bit, but I just thought he braked it really, really straight.
He got it.
Late.
He nailed
the apex.
Yeah, obviously, again, and we talk about these overtakes that we're seeing tonight. It's both of these guys are participants in it. You know, like so. These guys know they're outmatched either via overlap or just sheer pace, talent, whatever it is. And so, yes, these guys definitely give space. Loads of respect on track, J-Man. It is Asrnz. Of course, we see this week in, week out with these guys. So, yeah, awesome stuff. What's going on? Melling, Baker, what is going on? I can tell you what's going on. Baker's car still flicking off and on screen. That is annoying, Wally Baker. So we're going to just go away from you at the moment. And we're going to go up and we're going to have a go and have a bit of a look at... Who do you want to look at?
Enright, Ken Simpson. Yep.
Okay, Enright, Ken Simpson.
Yeah,
perfect battle. Two closest cars on track at the moment, J-Man.
Yeah, they are, and albeit we're not looking at the Melling-Baker battle at the moment, one thing I have just sort of picked up on is I do think Steve-O's tyres have normalised post-pit stop, and now he's taking the fight to Baker, as is Enright to Simpson. So just be aware that, obviously Baker turned up on a hot tyre when Melling came out, and got the job done. And I think that's a critical move and a well played move from Wally Baker to capitalise on that hot tyre. And these guys all know already how these cars function. They take 2 or 3 laps to get some working temps into them. And now that battle's on, as much as it is with Enright and Simpson. 1.6 now the margin between Perko and Jordan Moss.
Oh,
and
God.
I tell you what, it'll be one thing to get there, it'll be another thing to pass.
Absolutely. But I've got to revisit as much as Wally's car blinking at me. It's we've got to get back to it because it is
Melling with the pass.
Oh no, it's on.
Baker.
On. It's all. He's all over it.
Baker was just a little.
Oh, here we go. Can he make it through the kink? Here we go.
Still side by side. Melling, that'll just be diminishing around the outside. It'll be just hard for him to get the power down. He does a good job, though. He's going to have the run down to...
Yeah, Wally stayed inside. I think Wally could have probably picked the throttle up a little bit earlier, but didn't. It's allowed. Simpson passed nicely. Oh, Melling, should I say Melling passed nicely. Yep. Great stuff here. Let's get a little bit of a replay of this. Just watching these two boys up into the hairpin here. Wally with the optimum line, but I think he gave Melling a little bit too much space, didn't pick the throttle up too early enough, and Melling, well learned.
Yeah,
in these low power cars. He did back himself, I think, J-Man, and just stomped on it, and the car responded. Perfect stuff. Hey, where are we at, J-Man? Who is the closest two cars?
Shields back into the 42, so he's doing a good job. However, like I said, it's a little margin too far to try and make a mention as well. Enright through on Simpson in the previous lap as well, so that's a good move. But Baker now putting some heat on Stevo, because Stevo just run wide at turn 1 and it's back on again. It's like a carbon copy the other way around.
Here we go. It is the other way around. Oh, no, well, is it? Oh, no, it's not. I don't know. But it is carbon copy. These guys at it again. I think Baker may be conceding. Let's just see if we can get a replay of that little kink through there. So we just missed that slow turn in there from Steve, causing the overlap. But, look, literally was able to get the pace back down on that car and stay in front of Wally Baker. Awesome work.
3.5 minutes to go, 1.5 seconds margin between first and second.
Very close to the end. Frodo starting to range up on Rando. He's never going to get the shields. Let's talk about the top three, J-Man. Lee Perkins, faultless tonight. Rossi, very close behind, too, mind you. Only 1.3 seconds. Nev Shields. Look, whether he comes third or not, which we know he's going to, definitely round of applause for Nev Shields. Good solid race. Perfect race tonight.
He didn't qualify. He did not qualify. Race Q2 started from effectively the back of the field and drove himself up legitimately into a podium. And look at the pace. 41.7 fastest lap. Last lap round 3.29.
Oh, the pace. You only got to look at the numbers, don't you?
Yeah. So he, like Stu said, he'll be livid with the race one result. He knows he's better than that.
There you
go.
You
take those ones, put them in the memory bank. But
there you go. So Stewie just type it up there. P11 to third for Nev Shields. And look, if you could see our data, well, you can see the magenta on the third position.
I can tell you something. Stewie's got the data.
Yeah, he probably does. But yeah, look, Shields obviously with the fastest lap of the race. So the guy has some pace. Awesome stuff. Here we go. Winding up. Bono all over the back of Shields.
A little under 2 minutes.
Rando, should I say? Yep. Awesome stuff. So glad to be back here at Asrnz, J-Man, to be honest, streaming ACC shit. I tell you.
What more do you need, Stewie? Beer and chips. Mate, that's it. It's a perfect formula. Oh, Frodo. Looks like he's got a run.
This is going to go close. No, it's not. Frodo is sizing him up for the last lap, which will... He's looking for fourth position. There you go. Oh, look at the error from Rando there.
Yeah. And he's going to have the overlap into one. We've seen him in this position before, and he's super deep.
He's deep under brakes. Rando, give him a squeeze there. Just went, no, hang on.
Yeah, Shane gave him the space too. He didn't force the issue there.
Yeah, high racing IQ, obviously, from Frodo. Like Perkins, Moss, and Shields, and the like. Look, I'm not very familiar with Rando's work, but I tell you what, he is shaping up to be a hard-fought contender.
Yep.
Absolutely. And the likes of Enright and Simpson and Melling. We know these guys, J-Man, and all going. Simpson on Enright still in the background. Frodo, though, on Rando is hot. And surely this is the last lap. Maybe not.
Lap. Yes, it is. No, it is. It's definitely, it was called. It is the last lap. So Perko only got effectively one more turn to make. Frodo looking for an option out of...
Oh, can't take my eyes off it.
Yeah, you stay with it. I'll pay homage to Lee Perkins. So you just stick with that battle. So well done to Lee Perkins. Crosses the line 1.4 seconds ahead of Jordan Moss, who grabs that second position. And then Nev Shields comes across for a very, very deserved third place as he heads down the final straight. And then we go back to the Rando-Frodo battle, which I feel like is going to go the way of Rando unless he makes a mistake in this final turn. Shane chucks it in there, closes the margin, but Rando's going to hold on.
What a finish from these two boys. And like you said, applause, big round of applause for all the boys in front of these guys. Perkins, Moss, Shields, Rando, Shields, and then Rando. Frodo, Enright very close behind. Simpson, Melling, Baker. These guys coming across the line super quickly. Worcester just in the background there. Grimmer already across the line. Out of position, as is Wilton. But yes, amazing stuff for the opening round. Oulton delivers. I don't care what anybody says, and we get a lot of... I don't know. Oulton seems to get a lot of hate, J-Man. I love this track. I think I love
here, mate. Nothing but love here.
I love racing it, and I love calling it because of that. What we just watched there tonight, it is amazing. Anything can happen, and it really does provide good close racing. Very, very much classic British touring car track. So Very much enjoyed that. J-Man, are we going to talk to people? What are we,
Yeah,
what are
100%.
we doing?
I'm already on it, mate. I'm just waiting for
Okay.
you, buddy.
Okay, I'll stop rambling on, ladies and gentlemen, and let's get into it.
Yeah, so first guy I'm going to bring down tonight is Nev Shields. What a stunning drive, P11 to P3 in the feature race. So done without a qualification in Q2. What was the theory behind that, mate? And tell me, that was a bit of redemption in race 2, was it?
Yeah, wasn't. I got a cat on my lap first corner, so I had to start from the back race 2. And race 1, I took me half a race to figure out why my car was so slow compared to everybody else. But I had my traction control on 5 instead of 0.
Oh, happy days.
We wondered, mate. You know, you definitely had a ton of pace. You know, we knew that you'd run in the low 41s during the week and just couldn't understand what was going on. I thought it was a tyre pressure issue, but the fact that that pace stayed around too long. And then obviously we got to witness that 41 pace and race pace. Clearly the fastest man out on track in race 2. However, had to do it from the back. So, mate, congratulations. And look, forget about race 1 and just take some learnings out of how well you drove in race 2. It was fantastic to watch, mate. I just
Amazing.
Put the moves on and just look really, really classy out there, mate. So well done.
Yeah, no, it was good fun. I'll give poor Steve-O a wee bit of a shunt. Sorry, Steve-O.
He can handle it. He's a big boy.
But yeah, but no, it was good in the second one. Yeah, hopefully next lot will be better.
Yeah, absolutely. Nah, awesome stuff, Nev, mate. Super pumped for you, mate, because you put the effort in, and I feel like you got some rewards at the end of that one. With a quali lap, I just really feel like that would have been a very, very tight 3-way between yourself, Perkins, and Moss at the top. So, well done, mate. Grabbed yourself a nice big bunch of points out of that one in race 2. So, congrats, mate. And looking forward to Thursday next week already, bud. Well done.
Yeah, cheers, guys. Thanks for what you do. It was a good night.
No worries, mate.
Awesome. Good on you, Nev.
So that's Nev Shields racing out of P3 in race 2. Done a fantastic job. Now, this guy I'm going to bring down now. I'm going to pump his tyres up a little bit because he raced flag in race 1. Grabbed the 50 points there. Just absolutely, word on the street is he had no practice, come in and just dominated, and then drove it to a very, very fine P2 in race 2. Geordie, mate, you got a contract with Alpine or something?
Yeah, definitely no laps.
I thought it was KTM, but I don't know. I'm confused now.
It's just
the
got an Audi
engine.
Yeah. Look, fantastic drive, mate. Just kudos and credit given. We credit due because, mate, you were certainly very, very fast tonight, and kept Perko honest all of race 2. I think the pit stop award tonight would probably go to you and your team because both pit stops
very, very speedy
tonight were bang on accurate. So not only did you do it out on track, but you did it in the pit lane, which takes discipline. So, mate, one little sketchy moment in race 2, I think would be all I could call. Talk to us about that moment. What happened there? Was a break in concentration?
Oh, yeah, Brown Pence moment for sure. Yeah, no, I just got a little bit wide, didn't quite get the apex through the corner and just clipped the grass, and she was all over, and lucky I managed to mainly keep it off the wall, and I only took about 10 seconds damage, and it wasn't too much, so yeah, I just finished out the race with it.
Yeah, nice.
It was very lucky. That was actually very lucky, Jordan, because it could have been way worse. We saw a few of the boys threading the needle through the armco at the end.
I did it 4 times in practice, so I was nervous about it all race, and I thought, and I was getting cocky, and then just a little bit wide.
So you're going, I'd rather go left than out there.
Yeah, totally. Well, all it did was I got one rear wheel off onto the grass, and it just lost it. So good fun race, good track, good car, good track.
Well done to yourself and the boys constructing another fantastic looking series, mate. I think it's going to go down as a really, really good one for the back end of the year. So well played. And honours for the night too, I think, mate. I think a 1-2.
I would say so.
We'll see you take the round. So way to go, mate. And certainly hope to see you back in action again this time next week, mate, because that's impressive driving. Well done.
Cheers, boys.
Right, mate. So that is Jordan from P2, but overall for the night, by the look of it. And race 2, the feature race winner and pole sitter with a very, very fast 41.4, I believe it was, lap. Merlin, aka Lee Perkins, you got us on comms?
Yeah, mate. How you doing?
Mate, well...
The magician.
I'm not doing 41.4s and quality.
I think I got lucky with something.
Yeah. Hey, look, the call was you were going to race all night with Wally Baker. You guys picked up your battle from eternity, basically. Every time we look at you,
for 2025.
You're battling with Wally Baker on track. You did that in race 1, I believe, to a 4th. So I think you've gone 4-1. Grabbed a big bunch full of points in race 2. But just talk to us a little bit about that. First and foremost, that quali lap and about the mindset. You're obviously consciously aware of getting a track cut, Lee. Where's your head at when you attack that lap? Are you going 10 tenths or are you at 8 tenths when you hit a lap like that?
Look, I wasn't trying to push too much. Like, obviously, if you get a cut, especially that first corner, it's sort of over. So I tried to, just keep it tidy and just get good exits and that sort of thing and make sure I nailed the braking points, especially through the chicane and through the twisty parts. And it was all right. It felt pretty good.
A lot of talk during the week, Lee, about guys closing the brake ducts on these cars, trying to generate front tyre temperature, and that you obviously cycled those tyres up okay on your out lap on that quali lap. Was it pretty good? And then post pit stops in the race, was it the same as well, that you got those things back up to pressure pretty quickly?
I had the brake ducts pretty open, to be honest. I sort of didn't want to use the tyres up because that's pretty twisty kind of track. So I kept them open, but tried to use the brakes, sort of just holding the brakes at the end of the warm-up lap to try and get them ready. And they're okay. Like, obviously pressured the insides a little bit more to make sure they pulled the car in towards the inside of the corner. And they were okay. They were all right. They were still pretty good. They were coldish, but they were still okay.
Yep.
It's because you didn't use them. That's why they were still cold.
They still had stickers on them.
And your thoughts, obviously, going to be quite good, but give us your thoughts on that car track combination for tonight.
Yeah, it was really good. Really good. Yeah, enjoyed it a lot. Setup felt great. Spent probably more time on setup than sort of doing laps, which helped. Once I jumped in tonight, it was it was pretty easy to sort of get a bit of a feel for it. But it was a lot of fun. Great track. Car felt really good around there. So hopefully, Valencia's, totally different. So that should be interesting to see what guys do with setup and that sort of thing as well.
Too true.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, look, well done, mate, taking out the feature race pole and race win for Lee Perkins. Fantastic job, mate.
Cheers.
Awesome. See you next week.
Thanks. See ya.
So there you go. That is the feature race winner, Lee Perkins. Did it in fashionable style too, flag to flag. A lot of pressure from Jordan Moss through the mid phase and the back end. I think it was about 1.4 seconds or 1.2 to 1.4 at the end. So held his nerve from the race 1 winner, Jordan Moss. But notable mentions throughout the night too.
So just before we go, go. Notable mentions, go.
Shane Fodderday, I thought raced particularly well. Obviously, we did interview Nev Shields, and I thought he had a fantastic drive.
Yep.
But for me, the breakout drive for tonight, probably a little bit from the unknown factor, would be Bill Rando. I thought raced incredibly well tonight. Yep. He raced well under pressure. And
he had plenty of pressure, J-Man. I tell you, it didn't matter where he was on track. He came up in the stream a lot, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, and so I was just going to say, like, points wise, with Perko, what was it, 4th and 1st, and first in the 40-minute race, and Mossy, where they're going to be close, aren't they? These two, as we run into round 2, but definitely good effort from both of those boys. Awesome stuff straight off. To kick off the series, though, my friend, thoughts as we run into Valencia?
Yeah, I just think for me, obviously being sort of the numbers guy, I think that's going to be an interesting page to look at, dissect going forward, because you mentioned that, going 4-1, and then I think about Shane Fodderday. He goes two. Hang on, he goes 3-4.
Yeah,
I think in race 2, so that's going to be incredibly close as well.
that top three
Yeah.
is going to be close, and obviously Nev, although coming third in the final race, wasn't.
Yep.
It didn't feature in the first race, so he's not going to be too far behind anyway either. So
No. So it's definitely going to be tight, but it paints a picture going forward in the series that you might dominate race 1 and grab 50 points for the win.
Yep.
And then get to race 2, and if you have a blue,
yes,
I'm sort of thinking about the performance that Shane Fodderdo had, and he had to work his way back through. That there's a lot on offer for guys, and
there
I think
is.
Phil Rando banked a couple of good, solid results here tonight, so he's going to be in the mix as well.
He will definitely be in the mix. Totally. So yeah, I think I don't know, Nev and Lee Perkins. I think are just going to be, although like you mentioned, I think Geordie's got it tonight, but it's going to be tight already running into round 2, and we cannot wait. It will be Valencia for round 2 next week. I don't know what they're driving. I don't even have that information. I should be more prepared, ladies and gentlemen. Is it a GT3 car? 2 Cup car? I do not know.
At Valencia?
At Valencia.
Okay, I can tell you.
Okay, J-Man's on the buttons. Okay. We've been missing J-Man. We needed the human abacus last week, I think. We so needed you, man. But crunching some numbers in the points, obviously, as we wind down. I think it's Rainlow Racing's.
So basically, it's a pretty cool format because these guys have thought this thing out, and they've given these guys time to settle. So we've just gone round 1 at Oulton Park in the Alpine GT4.
Yes.
Back to back that we go to Circuit Ricardo Tormo Valencia in the GT4. So
we stay in the car.
Weeks to settle in the car, and then we'll go to a GT3 Lexus at Spa.
There
and
you
then
go.
Panorama. So it's 2 weeks of sort of each car.
Very nice. Very nice.
So,
and that'll be in the Lexus too, J-Man. You can see it on the calendar there. So GT4 Alpine, GT3 Lexus, or the Lexi, GT2 in the KTM's, J-Man. That's always a bunch of fun, especially when you put them all on track together. And what a way to finish it off with the Cup cars.
Porsche Cup.
Oh,
yeah.
Man,
100%.
It doesn't get any better than that. So definitely looking forward to it. Ladies and gentlemen, and you legends popping up in the chat box tonight, thank you all for joining us again tonight, J-Man. That was awesome. That was a great way to kick that series off.
Thank you, viewers. Appreciate like I said, on a parting note, you can catch us again. Obviously, we've got a practice session Friday night. Not sure if we're live broadcasting that or not, or we're just hanging around just to make sure everything's tickety-boo. That is a MATCHFIT events run series or one-off. And then we do go live on the Sunday. So
Sunday afternoon. For the Winton 300, J-Man. M2s at Winton for 300Ks, which only actually takes about an hour and a half or something in these things. So it'll be awesome stuff. And very exciting, J-Man. On iRacing, just catch up on our socials. Hit the like and subscribe button. Support not only Asrnz, but MATCHFIT Entertainment. By doing so. Thank you all, legends. Thank you, J-Man. Thank you, all of you legends that have tuned in again to us tonight for this live coverage. And we're going to see you all again on a bloody Thursday night at Valencia for round 2 in the Lightweight Cup. J-Man, can't wait.
Good stuff. All right, I'm signing out. Thank you very much.
See you, mate.